The following is an EHC media production.
Hey guys, this is Brian Green here, your host of WinXT, your weekly insight into the who, what, when, where, why, how, what happened on NXT, and that's a pretty clever name, huh? I think I outdid myself with that one. I welcome your feedback so we can chat all the good, bad, and ugly coming out of Full Sail University and how this important brand and everything surrounding it can change the future of wrestling forever, brother. Check out new episodes every Thursday on the RWT page, and I hope to see you later, dudes.
Live from Legacy Studios in beautiful San Diego, California, you're listening to Smack Talk with your host, Moses Marquez.
Yeah, shock the system, indeed. What's going on, my RWT family? You heard the announcement, man. This is Smack Talk. I am your host, Moses Marquez. First and foremost, congratulations to the new NXT champion, Red Dragon, aka the Undisputed Era. Love the theme song, love the group. Great things are coming. Want to quickly plug the Roundtable podcast that I did with Mike Abeza and Daniel Crimmins, our review on Clash of Champions. It was a great show. Please give it a listen. It was a heck of a lot of fun. I really do hope that when we do another one that both Brian Green, the host of WinXT, and Emir Blackbane Costello, our crazy cool admin, hopefully they can join us on the next one and we can have even more fun. So, quickly want to plug a show that has nothing to do with our network, but to all wrestling fans, I highly recommend you listen to Stone Cold's podcast, Steve Austin Unleashed, I want to say is what it's called. They are free on the Podcast One app or even on the website. He just did a two-parter with Gallows and Anderson. It was by far one of the funniest podcasts I've ever listened to. Definitely give that a listen. Alright guys, so you came to me for Smack Talk for SmackDown Live review. This is on Smack Talk though. So here it comes for you live from New York, no, I lied. Newark, New Jersey. You want to say Newark, but then New York. Kind of sounds like it, but Newark. So the show starts off with a highlight video of the tag team match from last Sunday. Basically shows the bump that Daniel Bryan took. Yes, Mike, the bump that Daniel Bryan took onto Shane McMahon to break up the count. Then it shows Shane not counting the 3 for Sammy. Then it shows the fast count that Daniel Bryan did to keep Sammy and Kevin on SmackDown Live. So Daniel Bryan hits the ring to a ruckus ovation. Daniel welcomes everyone to SmackDown Live. He endorses the Women's Royal Rumble, says it's going to be huge, awesome, and a turning point for the WWE. Announces the main event of the evening is a 6-man tag. Jinder Mahal, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn taking on AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Heels versus the faces, if you did not catch that. Shane hits the ring to interrupt Daniel, and he comes out with a mixed crowd. Half of them want to chant, half of them want to boo him out of the building. Shane also plugs the Women's Royal Rumble. He says, he was talking about last Sunday, and he said, Randy Orton hit the most beautiful RKO I've ever seen. He said, and when I went to go count 3, you tripped and bumped into me and broke the count. Look, you could have much easily got down, counted 3, recounted, did something. You're the fucking referee. This felt dumb to me, but that's beside the point, I guess. So, sorry guys, got lost in my notes. Daniel tells Shane that the tripping was an accident. Shane says, I now know that it was an accident, but at the time my emotions flared, and as I went to count the pin for Sammy, I started to think about what Kevin did to my dad and what Sammy costed me at Hell in a Cell, and how they both screwed Team SmackDown. Shane continues to explain the ending of the match, then asks Daniel what was going through your mind. Daniel says, I was trying to save you from yourself, Shane. Shane says he doesn't need protection from you. Daniel says, well, with all due respect, you do. Daniel says, your passion can turn you into a hothead. I did what I did to protect our idea of SmackDown being the land of opportunity for everyone, not just like people, not for everyone, not just the people you like. Let's see here. Shane says, when Kevin and Sammy are done playing with your heartstrings, they're going to stab you in the back. Daniel says, are you telling me I should do what's best for business? Daniel says, I fought against those words, and I believe in our shared vision. But if you have a different vision, then that's your prerogative. So if you got to fire somebody, fire me. Because I don't want to see Shane O'Mac turn into Mr. McMahon. Which was a great line. But then the fans are like, who's your daddy? It was a funny chant. Shane tells Daniel, I trust you. Good luck with the show. So when we start with a tag team match, the Usos taking on Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Gable shows off his Greco-Roman wrestling skills, but then the Usos take back the momentum by quickly sending Gable into the post, chest first, then roll him outside, and we take a commercial break. When we get back from break, the Usos are still in control. Jay gets a hot tag, taking Gable down. Gets a hot tag, taking it out on Gable. Benjamin tries to attack Jay, but Jay lowers the ropes and sends Benjamin outside. As Shelton is being really quick, was able to hop on top, basically kind of run up the apron and deliver a gnarly knee to Jimmy Uso to lay him out. Shelton tries to mimic Sunday by sending Jay for a super overhead release suplex. So what is that? A belly to belly? A release belly to belly? But Jay fights him off. Jimmy recovers and tries to attack, but eats a roll-through German. Chad tags Shelton in, but before Chad gets out of the ring, he gives Jay Uso a roll-through German for his troubles. They deliver their tag team finisher for the win. I thought this was a relatively good match. What can I say about it? I mean, I like that Chad seems to be able to show off. I love the fact that Shelton looks like an immediate game changer at times. Like, he always has had that explosiveness, and I really dig it. So, like I said, I liked the match. It was good, but here's my only issue. Why do this if you just had them take the pin on Sunday? Wasting. So we had to break after that match. When we get back from break, here's a recap of the announcement of the Women's Royal Rumble, and to play the video package had tweets from former superstars. Charlotte's in the ring. She says that promo gave her goosebumps. Charlotte says that she basically announces to the crowd that she retained her title on Sunday in a hard-fought lumberjack battle. She said, I am grateful to be the champion, and this is what I work for each and every day, to stay champion. Charlotte says, congrats to all the fans making their voices heard by chanting and tweeting about the women's revolution. They got the women where they are now. Charlotte tells the possible winner of the Women's Royal Rumble that I'll be ready at WrestleMania. Naomi comes out to tell Charlotte, congratulations on your title defense. Naomi declares herself for the Women's Royal Rumble, says, Queen, I'll see you at Mania. So Ruby Riott and the Riot Squad, Riot with 2 T's, because, Riot Squad, I'm sure, is trademarked all over the joint. Interrupts him. Naomi says the Riot Squad is just a bunch of losers and won't be in the Rumble because it's not about sneak attacks. It's about everyone for themselves. Naomi says her and Charlotte have survived everything you chickenheads have thrown at us. Says, how about 2 of you get in this ring and we'll show you how to rumble, baby. Naomi's kind of funny. So it's Naomi and Charlotte taking on Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. Charlotte dominates early on both Logan and Riott. Naomi gets a hot tag, lays out Riott. Logan tried to spear Naomi, but ends up hitting Liv Morgan, who is standing on the apron. Naomi hits Logan with the Revere for the win. This was kind of a quick, sort of squashes match. Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad kind of look wah. But I guess I don't know. These are like, the 2 top women on SmackDown Live. So, I guess I can't be upset. It just feels like you guys are trying to push them so hard, and then this is what you feed them. Like it's not smart. My opinion. I don't write the books. So we head to the back where the New Day are dressed up in their holiday gear because they have the holiday spirit. Kofi is a gingerbread man, Big E is a giant elf, and Xavier Woods is a reindeer. They are walking around the back, spreading the Christmas joy by passing out presents, hot fresh Flappy Jacks, and then show off their new holiday shirts. Aiden English and Rusev show up dressed as Santa and a snowman. Rusev's like, hey, it's me, Rusev. Motherfucker, you kind of hard to miss. Okay? You big as hell. Machka, okay? So Rusev says Rusev Claus is here to give the people what they want, and that's new Rusev Day shirts. Rusev Claus only has a naughty list and everybody's on it. Now shut up because Aiden is going to sing. So English sings Rusev Day, oh Rusev Day, we challenge you to a contest. I don't remember the rest of it. So it was pretty good. Next time I'm gonna start writing them down. I'm gonna start singing them all the time now. Just like when I did the Bludgeon Brothers like promo, where I'm totally gonna do like Rusev Day songs. It's gonna be awesome. So Rusev takes some of the flapjacks, says "Phooey to your flapjacks," and throws them on the ground and stomps on them. This angers Big E. And it says, "Oh, you flapped the wrong jack, sucker. You want to fight? You got it, sucker." So that's an obvious scheduled match. So then we have Dolph Ziggler come out with no music. Randomly has music one week. Randomly has no music the next couple of weeks. Like they fucked up a week and was like, oh shit, he's supposed to have no music. He gets a small "you deserve it" chant. Reality is, you probably don't, but whatever. Dolph says he told you so. Says that if this win is a shock to you, then you haven't watched the last 12 years. Said he's the best and no one can do what he does. And if the U.S. title isn't proof enough, that or isn't enough to prove that he's the best, this isn't his first title reign, it's his second. Ziggler tells the fans he's also a 5-time Intercontinental Champion, since he's also a former Money in the Bank winner who's cashed in successfully to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Ziggler says he's one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history. You're drinking your old Kool-Aid, man. You can't touch a lot of guys. Says the fans are not worthy of my presence. Says you do not deserve me. Says you want something to remember me by. He drops the title, then the mic, walks off. I don't know if he's vacating the title. I don't know. Rumors going around is this is his way of saying I'm leaving when my contract is up, or this is his way of basically dropping this thing on the ground so they could probably hold a tournament, possibly. I think either way he's vacating it. But I think what you can do is you can hold a tournament and get a new fucking U.S. title. That would be awesome. So we head to the back where Daniel is on the phone and Sammy and Kevin show up to thank Daniel. They bring champagne. Daniel tells them, I didn't do it for you guys. What did he say? He says, I did not do what I did for you guys. Excuse me. Sammy and Kevin says they know that, and it wasn't just for them. It was because he wanted to get back at Randy for stealing his world title in 2013. No. Sammy, no. Excuse me. Daniel smiles and tells them, you're delusional. Now go get ready for your match. So then Rusev and English versus the New Day happens. The New Day is able to steal Rusev's bag and they start throwing out all of his shirts. And then they pull out a pair of what seems to be Aiden English's underwear. Then we head to break. We get back and Kofi hits Aiden English with a tornado DDT from the middle rope. Woods gets a hot tag, goes for the auto roll, but English counters it, catches him, delivers what looks to be a finisher, but it's broken up by Kofi. English and Rusev have the New Day laid out. At ringside, they start messing with the New Day's pancakes, pile them up high, throw some whipped cream on them and a cherry on top. Kofi hits a trust fall on the top of the rope, sending Rusev to the mat. Outside, then both Kofi and Xavier Woods do a flapjack to Aiden English into the flapjacks to get whipped cream all over Aiden English's face. Xavier Woods hits English with the 3/4 length, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but the very long elbow drop for the win. This was a funny match. It was a comedy match. They wore costumes, but the New Day is good. Rusev is awesome. Aiden English is getting there. This didn't have to happen, but hey, we could have had worse. They plug Total Divas, and the hook is, will Maurice eat meat? And I guess she ends up eating meat. This is why I don't watch the show. So it's 6-man tag match time. This is the main event of the evening. Randy starts off the match by attacking Sammy and Kevin. Then Orton's team, AJ and Nakamura, come to clean house. Orton slams Mahal on top of the announcer's table. Sammy tags Nakamura, not Jinder Mahal, when he's trying to tag himself in. Nakamura pulls off some of Sammy's chest hair, as Corey acknowledges, before tagging in AJ Styles. Owens has control of Orton through the break. As AJ is running towards the rope, Jinder, who is on the apron, lowers the middle rope just enough to send AJ tumbling to the floor. Nakamura gets a hot tag, lays out Sammy, then Kevin, then continues to dominate Sami Zayn with big, hard, strong style strikes. Because he is the king of strong style. Sammy goes for a clothesline, but Nakamura turns it into a float over armbar. Orton throws Kevin out of the ring. AJ hits Jinder with a Pele kick, then hits Owens with a springboard forearm to the outside of the ring. Nakamura sets up for the Kinshasa, but the Singh brothers interfere and attack Shinsuke. Why this team wasn't immediately DQ'd, I have no fucking idea. Okay? You can't touch a guy and the ref not fucking freak out in, but they pulled him down to the mat. They pulled him fight. They were going to drag him out of the mat. Fucking ring the bell. These fucking refs. Anyway, Singhs end up getting tossed. Jinder eats an RKO, rolls out of the ring. Then the Singhs try to help Jinder. They eat a double hangman DDT. And AJ hits Owens with a phenomenal forearm with a push from Randy Orton, which looked kind of funny. Nakamura hits the Kinshasa for the win. This was a decent 6-man tag match for the main event on a television show. Of course, the faces are going to go over relatively big because, the heels had won the night before, minus AJ. So that was that. All in all, I thought this was kind of just like a show. I didn't get excited for it. Nothing really grabbed my attention. The main event was a good match. The New Day's match was kind of good. I just felt like it was a little on the screwy side. And just because Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable got pinned on Sunday and won, I was upset about it. So that's just me. Like I said, this was a decent show. It is what it is. So yeah. Anyway, so that's it for SmackDown Live. That's all I've got for them so far. I think I've been posting it online. I have been hearing lots and lots of rumors of 3 men. Of 3 men who could be joining the WWE sometime in January, and those 3 men go by the name of Hanson, Ray Rowe, and of course Prince Puma, who some of you may know him as Ricochet. They are on the WWE radar and hopefully heading our way with a rocket strapped to their ass, because boy howdy, I can't wait to see Ricochet again. Just a quick reminder, I want to say we are closing in. I want to say it's less than 13 days away. I might be completely out of my mind, but I want to say maybe about 14, 13 days away is Wrestle Kingdom 12, ladies and gentlemen, which is Okada versus Naito for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and of course, Alpha versus Omega, Kenny versus Jericho for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship in a no disqualification match. Mind you, this has been changed to a no DQ match. I will be putting up somewhat of a short update on hopefully later this week. If not tomorrow, maybe Friday. So, of course, with New Japan comes the Major League Show, the podcast for diehards. I will be coming at you with a full-blown review of that. I want to say hopefully the day after the show, if not the following day, no later than the end of the week of that show. No 2-week hiatus like the last New Japan. Finally, I want to say at the beginning of the show, congratulate the new NXT champions, Red Dragon from the Undisputed Era. It was a really, really kick-ass NXT show. So my question to Mr. Brian Green, again, if I did not say this already in the beginning, I do forget things from time to time, but how good is Roderick Strong? Do you consider him to be Sami Zayn when he was there? How Sami Zayn was that guy that was such a great wrestler, but for some reason just could not get completely over? Or do you think he's just maybe his own breed? All I know is Roderick Strong seems to have a great match with just about everybody. And he had, a 6-7 minute match with Lars Sullivan? And that was really good. So, I can only think. I can only see. And then my question to you, Brian, I believe I sent it to you in a comment, but I'm going to tell you, hopefully in case you listen to this show. And that is, with Red Dragon now, your new NXT Tag Champs, you see Sanity heading to the main possibly in January for the Rumble? Or do you think we're going to hang on to them in NXT for a little longer? I'll let you answer that. All right, guys, I've wasted a good old chunk of your time. I thank you for stopping by and listening. I do this each and every week for you guys. I put up with the bad SmackDowns. I always watch good SmackDowns. That's how I roll. This has been Moses Marquez, guys. I'll catch you around the bend, boys and girls. Hope to catch you next week.
Yeah, Ayos. Let's welcome these folks to the Uso Penitentiary. Bam!